Hi there, Sonia here from Your Vegan Guide, and I'm joined today by Sunshine. And we are here today to make a very important point about making lifestyle changes, even good changes such as giving up meat and dairy to eat a more plant-strong diet, and of course limiting processed foods. You can definitely improve your health a great deal. But any type of change you make can also have unintended consequences. I was reminded of this very starkly the other day when I started having an issue with Sunshine that I hadn't had in years, and that she was getting her claws stuck in my clothing and in my furniture. And I was like, what is going on? That hasn't happened in ages. And what I figured out is that, well, perhaps her perches needed to be replaced because I hadn't done that in a while. Perches tend to have a very gritty texture to them for the very purpose of allowing birds to keep their nails under control. You actually don't have to clip their nails if they're standing on rough surfaces, because it happens more naturally that way. And if I tried to cut her nails now, it would not be pretty. She's tame, but she's not that tame. So I really had to do something about this, because it's dangerous. If she gets caught up in something, she can be in serious trouble, because even the panic that a bird feels can lead to their death. So I'm taking this issue very seriously. But I thought, well, okay, so I let the perches go for a while, but that wouldn't explain it all. And then I thought about a change that I had made many months ago that could have had unintended consequences, even though overall it was a good change. What was it? Well, I actually put a coconut in her cage. She absolutely loves it. It gives her a sense of security, and she just is so happy about that change. It is actually a coconut that I had in her cage years ago when she was with her sister, and unfortunately her sister Moonshine is no longer with us. But anyways, I had to take it out of their cage because at the time I actually hung it from the top of the cage. You can see the hole there that I did this with, because generally it makes birds feel more secure if they're higher up. But they felt so good about it that they started, engaging in nesting behaviors and laying eggs, which is actually dangerous for their health. So I had to remove the coconut to discourage that from happening. But fast forward several years, and circumstances have changed, and Sunshine is older. She just turned 9 last month. And that nesting concern isn't as much of an issue because she doesn't have anyone, so those behaviors have subsided quite substantially. So I put the coconut in the bottom of her cage, and since she's feeling secure in her cage, it's fine to put it on the bottom. But as a result, she's probably spending a lot less time on her perches, which is creating a dangerous situation. So overall, I had made a really good change, but I didn't pay enough attention to, or really think through what could be the unintended consequences of that. It hadn't even occurred to me that she'd spend less time on her perches and that thus not get her fingernails essentially filed. So what I've decided to do now as a result is to remove her coconut at least 1 or 2 days per week. And I'll probably make some other changes in her cage, like remove that smooth stick and replace it with a nice rough branch from outside. But do I regret putting the coconut in her cage? No, I think overall it's a good change, and birds like that sense of security, and she plays games with it, and it makes her really happy. But I really had to keep track of any change that I make that could have other behavioral changes associated with it. So what does that mean for you and me? That means if we make a dietary change, such as removing meat from our diet, which is actually a great change to make, we have to still think through what we might be getting from that meat that we have to replace with something else. That's no reason whatsoever to continue to eat meat just because we might start missing something, because there are just much better options for getting nutrients than from meat. But what that does mean is that when you do make that type of change, that you should get your blood work tested. You should definitely, be on the lookout for unintended consequences and adjust accordingly, calibrate accordingly. It doesn't mean you don't make the change, it just means that you be smart about it. So, for example, when I got my blood work done after going high raw, vegetarian, vegan at various stages, all the blood work was really positive on the whole, but I did find that I was deficient in vitamin D. Now, I suspect I was deficient all along, but, you could have a case in which, you're getting something like you eat fish a lot and you're getting omega-3s from that, and you remove fish from your diet and you fail to replace it with another simple source, such as flax seeds. So again, make those changes. Don't be afraid of making changes. A lot of people I've actually coached in the past have been so afraid, especially when pursuing the raw food diet, of making changes because they're going to miss some major food group or something like that. And what I'd say is go ahead, be bold, make changes, but be smart about it. And that's really the message for today. So, please, if you like this video, then like it and share it. And if you want to see more videos like this in the future, please subscribe above and leave some comments below and let me know what you think. All right, until next time, eat healthy and be smart. Bye.